What if I told you the debate between studying in India and going abroad is broken? Not wrong, not useless, just broken. It's the kind of debate where everyone has an opinion but very few have clarity. You have heard the arguments: India is affordable, abroad means exposure, Indian degree have values at in home, foreign degrees give you options, and yet students are more confused than ever. Parents are worried, consultants are selling, and the internet is shouting. But the real problem? We are asking the wrong questions, because this was never about India versus abroad. This was always about what's right for you. In fact, I would argue that every time someone asks what's better, studying in India or going abroad, what they are really asking is something much deeper. What future will this decision lead to? And if we are being honest, we rarely answer that. Instead, we talk about entry-level factors: exam difficulty, tuition cost, visa paperwork, but we don't talk about long-term growth, exposure, professional network returns on investment, or future income stability. So let's fix that. Let's not just debate India versus abroad. Let's deconstruct it. Let's rethink the question itself. Let's bring some clarity back into the conversation that's being concluded by marketing, myths, and misdirection. Because whether you are a student, a parent, or an advisor, you deserve more than recycled talking points. You deserve a strategy, and that strategy has to be personal, not popular. Because education isn't a one-size-fits-all product. It's a path, and the moment you outsource that decision without clarity, you are surrendering control of your future. Let's break it down. When people say study in India, what they really mean is stay where it feels safe, where the system is known, where family is close, where the risks are familiar, and that's not a bad thing. But it's also not a complete plan. The Indian education system is competitive, sometimes brutally so. For engineering, medicine, law, and government exams, the number of applicants is often 20 to 50 times higher than the number of quality seats. That creates a system where students don't just study, they survive. They are not exploring, they are not innovating, they are preparing for rankings, entrance exams, cutoffs, quotas, and when the only outcome that matters is rank, something gets lost along the way. Curiosity, experimentation, multidimensional growth, the things that make you employable, globally mobile, and truly resilient in a fast changing world. Now let's look at the other side. When someone says study abroad, is often positioned is like a ticket to a better life. We hear things like better lifestyle, global job opportunities, better quality education, modern campuses and exposure, and often that's true. But again, it's not the full picture. What's not mentioned enough is the cultural shock, the mental health strain of being away from family, the financial debts, the pressure to work part-time while studying, the uncertainty of post-study work visas. And if you choose the wrong country or the wrong university or don't do enough research, you can end up with a degree that doesn't open as many doors as promised. The real problem with the debate is that it's shaped by marketing, by incomplete narratives, by people pushing a one-size-fits-all solutions. Neither side is lying, but neither side is telling the full truth either. And that's where the confusion begins. Because we think we are choosing a college. What we are really choosing is a worldview, a skill set, a professional network, and a set of long-term limitations or freedoms. This is not a product comparison, it's a life strategy. You are not just deciding where you will study, you are deciding where you will grow, who you will become, what kind of life you will be equipped to build. The mistakes we make is reducing this to a financial decision. It's not just about what it costs, it's about what it builds. And often it's not just students or parents who are misinformed. It's also the institutes, the advisors, the influencers who keep reinforcing the same narrative year after year. The question we need to ask isn't what's popular. The question is what's powerful. What decisions put you in a position of leverage, not just academically but personally, professionally, and globally. So what's the better question? Instead of asking is India better or is going abroad better, ask what environment will help me grow into the kind of person I want to become. That question forces you to do something most people avoid. Think long term. Here is a simple truth. Education is not the goal. Education is the tool. The goal is the life you want to live after your education is over. And different environments prepare you for different kinds of lives. Let me give you an example. If you study in India, especially in a top ranked public institution, you learn how to operate in scarcity, you learn competition, you learn pressure, you develop mental toughness that can make you extremely resilient, focused and aware of how system and hierarchies work. You understand how to navigate bureaucracy, you learn how to work under constraints, and that can be a superpower. But if you study abroad, especially in flexible research driven universities, you often learn adaptability. You work in multicultural teams, you gain real world exposure, you build communication skills, you are pushed to be independent. You are trained to ask questions, challenge assumption, build things from scratch. These are not just academic skills, these are life skills. These are not better or worse, they are different. The question is which one aligns with the version of you that you are trying to build. Want to build a global business or work in international development? Exposure and networking matters. Want to prepare for a competitive exam or enter Indian bureaucracy? A strong academic track record in India might serve you better. If you want to innovate or research or build something that works across border, you need exposure to systems that value experimentation and open thinking. And most importantly, ask where will failure be your teacher, not your punishment, because that's where real growth happens. There is no universal answer, but the moment you change the question, the answer gets clearer. Because the truth is, this isn't about which country has better weather or bigger campuses. This is about the version of you are betting on. And when you understand that, it's not even a debate anymore. It's a design decision. Let me give you a framework that's helped hundreds of students I have worked with over the last decade. Don't chase degrees, chase direction. Ask yourself, where do I want to be 5 years after I graduate? What kind of work do I want to do? What kind of impact do I want to have? Don't follow popularity, follow alignment. Just because your friend is applying to Canada doesn't mean it's right for you. Your decision should align with your career goals, learning preferences and adaptability. Don't just count the cost, count the return. An MBBS in India might cost less upfront, but what are your PG prospects? A business degree abroad might cost more, but does it give you international placement or startup access? Don't optimize for the next 3 years, optimize for the next 10 years. Short-term comfort leads to long-term compromise. If an uncomfortable decision now sets you up for long-term growth, lean into it. Don't just ask, can I afford this? Ask, what does this buy me? Time, access, community, credentials, market relevance. These are the currencies of education in 2025 and beyond. Don't just look at academics, look at ecosystem. Is your university connected to industry? Do you get internships? Can you collaborate with real companies, labs, startups? Don't aim for the safest option, aim for the most transformative one. Growth never happens inside the comfort zone. Don't treat education like an endpoint, treat it like a launch preparation. The degree is not the finish line, it's the starting block. What matters is what you do with it. Education is not about marks anymore, it is about leverage. What gives you more leverage? The name of your university or the outcomes it creates. This is not about India versus abroad, this is about you versus your own indecision. You are not choosing a college, you are choosing a platform. You are not buying a course, you are designing a career. So ask yourself, what do I want to become? Where will I get the push, the exposure, the failures, and the breakthroughs to become that person? Which decision aligns with my ambitions, not my fears? That's where you should go. India or abroad doesn't matter. What matters is, are you choosing growth or are you avoiding discomfort? Because the students who win in life are not the ones who played it safe. They are the ones who asked the right question early. They didn't look for perfect answer, they looked for the honest guidance. They didn't follow trends, they followed clarity. They didn't seek shortcuts, they invested in direction. Subscribe, like and comment. Are you really clear about your goals and what problems do you face? I am Romesh Khandelwal. Thank you for watching.